Okay, nhớ rồi trong này cái tin nhắn trả nhá chế nó cũng là bị trả lời with Hmong's channel cũng có trong xem đầu hay để bây cô cho tôi khó xin cho là Hmong story 40 nó cho số là bỏ thế. I think it's a very interesting story. I think it's a very interesting actually concept hay để to showcase bây giờ Hmong nó but ta cũng cho là bây giờ sau hay để là muốn tân đấu ya artifacts nhá họ thế chỉ ta lên đó là cũng mua cho big donator cho supporterตัวนู่นเนาะจะละขี้เขา premier นะchoเลยchoได้ใช้คนได้จะตะกี้ก่อนมองชันจอนะตะกี้ก่อนมองชันจอนะจะละขี้เขา public open to the public จนได้ช่วยใช้อย่าตื่นๆใช้ช่วยใช้ตัวใช้เนาะล่ะตัวใช้ได้ตัวป้าเลยโอเคเขตในป้าเลยเนาะซื้อที่เปลี่ยนชนตาเนาะจะไปเป็นchoเลยช่วยให้เราว่าจีหายเท่าแล้วถัดจากจีเป็นมาตรการตีหลอดด้วยชินจีด้วยOkay, we heard about this Hmong story 40. No, let me just grab this for you guys. I've been hearing it on Facebook and all over the news and everything. So, no Hmong channel. Today is a premiere, right? Today is a private premiere, and then taki kunhai. The name Can you tell us about it too?
Tomorrow is the grand opening ceremonies.
Okay.
So be officially open to the public tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m.
Okay, tomorrow 10 in the morning.
10 in the morning.
Anybody can watch, right?
Anybody can come. Anybody can watch and join in and take in the exhibits.
Okay. And then today is kind of a premiere.
Yeah, today is kind of a special event for our big founders, people who believed in us from the beginning. You know, helped us with money. Our sponsors, our founding members, just and our other members, team members that have put a lot of time and energy into this.
Yes.
So it's a special event to kind of just showcase what's coming.
Okay.
It's not 100% done tonight, but most of the way done. So it'll be a good taste of what's coming tomorrow.
Okay. So tomorrow, show.
Tomorrow will just be a little program with some key people like United Way, our big sponsors. Fresno State, you know, some big dignitaries from our city are going to come and celebrate with us the opening of this exhibit tomorrow.
And how long is that exhibit tomorrow?
The exhibit tomorrow will be open till 6, from 10
to 6, all day long.
Well, the celebration is from 10 to 11, and then the exhibit will be open to the public from the rest of the day. Okay,
so name more like artifacts to show and all that stuff. Can you explain that a little bit more?
We have artifacts that we've collected from our Hmong community. We have clothing items. We have oral stories from our elders that have come and shared them with us. We videotaped them, documented them. We've got stories from many of our American
counterparts
that were in the refugee camps with us or in Laos with us during the Vietnam War. We've got stories of some of our Hmong heroes. So I think it's just overall a story of us in our 40 years being here.
Okay. So, that's what 40 years, Okay, that's great. That's very good of you guys. That I'm very proud here and happy that the nature and showcase it. And who Okay, so Mahurst Florist, right? Okay, so nice to meet you. And we'll be back, and then actually, yes, it
should be a wonderful program.
Okay.
And we'll have so many more people because everybody's excited. So
all right, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, nhớ rồi trong này cái tên chăm Hmong nhá chế nói Barbie Lin chăm Hmong Star TV na. Cũng trong xem đầu hay tiệt cô tàu get invited thế là cho cái tiếp phong nó cô tàu ilu Hmong 40 history nó cho bây giờ Hmong sai thế nhớ học Fresno California ra Kings Canyon on the whole fairground na. Có lúc bây hồi giờ thế có biết cho bây mình chỉ hay lúc học片này chỉ thế Taki, tell us a story about this a little bit.
volunteer
Yeah, you had the volunteers and Okay. what gave you this idea? Are you the program director here? Are you the one that managed everything?
I'm the project director. For you to case na. Cho ai cho chỉ nó mà lo được sự này.
Okay.
Có tuần công bé gì có tiếng là có cái chỉ lo thì gì còn nó bé yêu nó bé cho lăng á, sự là cả mình chỉ lo thì bé thì công tao ấy, 我都开始嘛那呢。
Yeah, giờ bé cho lăng chỉ là công ty lu idea thế là work together mà cũng nhớ cần có thế hả?
Nhớ cần có thế mà.
我哋係啲人 non-profit thế này bé à?
Yeah, bé tao mình chỉ yeah nên là thế.
Okay, okay, chị ta xin nó này khó idea nó này nửa go toàn đây nó số là nửa cơ nó là nửa tí lo cho South Wisconsin 大咯，做 Minnesota 大咯，啲事咯。
可能比早時我個落去在啲蒙多點落地落咗 California 是啊。Yeah, because Minnesota 你冇嚟考的呢。
Okay，即係你冇嚟一 Are you guys the same together or 你冇嘢？
比講我記啲，那是 we share resources，那是你冇嘢，
你冇嘢。Okay。
別啲攞冇攞嘅，一個人我都啲嘅，你要記行的呢。
Okay。即係กู容先到個咯，容先แต่ตู้ตอนหลังก็ถ่ายเที่ยวเลยนะ。Okay，tiếp lên up แต่ไปใช้เนี่ยเขาโปรแกรมมาตายไปมาช่วยจากเราตีเราใช้ให้มั่วจิตตอนเสร็จนะ Okay。
我知呢，我知。
OK， 你容易做呢，这个人家那古也巴比利，你知道 Hmong Star TV 但是那个就被古老做的，老 Hmong Story 40那天，老古么能导演 artifact 就老开着变成了 a lot of painting， 老古么artifact 天 cultural stuff 就那那是也係呢啲空啦，大幾段咗老工地收那天，把車裏面幾天老路學片啊，有一路學片仲更高呢，去打連那跟着被老地就上了呢，老古麼冇那天。Okay, Chitalen natin kan dyan na lagu mo reception area where they got food, all kinds of drinks, very good food over here. Lagu siya kukan go cho showcase the show bây giờ Hmong lu học片那 okay. Ye hai tiệt từ nay mua siya na la tua chơi la the very good food. A lot of people, over 200-300 people here. So today is the premiere for your donation. Let your donator thế cho big supporter na. Ta kịp chỉ là họ premiere họ opening grand opening here cho public kia nó vậy từ sáng tới sáng là tomorrow publicly bị cổ mong sân cho mong trong đâu vậy từ sáng tới sáng nó vậy tuần hôm nào tuần ta kỹ na cái xin chỉ đó. Okay. Nhớ rằng trong này chỉ cái nên cha nó cũng là Barbie đua cũng trong Hmong the Hmong channel nó là cũng cho tôi từ cái tí phong yên nó tôi Wayne và nó how do you feel about this Hmong Story 40 and what's your input on it and what's your thought on this?
Well, the cú này chỉ cú sai thì giờ ý khó và tới rồi bây giờ change history of Hmong và cho bây tôi tàu lúc tới chờ nó tàu bây giờ cho xong nó lại là cái mua ý khó improvement tất cả cho history the Hmong sẽ nên căn cứ là nhớ trong cái trả lời lại.
Okay, so họ nói chuyện này có ý khó trong cho bây giờ là hướng gì lên nào bây?
Good side, it's a beginning, yes.
The beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that nếu cô có lo channel thế, có trong channel thế mà ya.
Good side thì ít lẽ bên mà một bỏ là lúc exhibit hay thì sẽ nếu trong lịch trả tại nó biết chừng nhớ là lúc họ lo nó sẽ thì mà good side thì tới rồi xong nó cứ cho đi cứ bao tới xong là uo thế thì good side thì tới rồi là uo phát hiện nhảm uo cả trong tất tí là uo trong.
Okay, chỉ ít lẽ ư, bởi sao là không program này tại lý chạy mà đã là thật rồi.
Thank you.
Almost all perished in the swift current from the bullets as they swam. Only a few lucky ones reached Thailand. And then there was a time we lived, survived, and died in the refugee camps. Only then to witness our families divided and cast into different parts of the world. There was a time when we came to America with nothing, not knowing this language, yet we worked hard to build a new life and dreamed of a bright future for our children. And in time, we planted strong roots in America. And now, after 40 years since our journey began, we must not forget our story that we all share, the sacrifices those before us made to give us our opportunities. Now is the time to reflect, to remember, and to record. When the time comes and your children ask you, what is my identity? What does it mean to be Hmong? Will you have an answer? Now is the time to write our history. In order to honor our parents and to write the truth about our history, we must listen to the voices of those who lived it and survived it. Our elders, our community, and our generation. Now is the time, before our elders are gone, to give answers to the questions we don't even know how to ask yet, before that opportunity is gone forever. Let us come together to preserve our story, identity, and history for our children. Hmong Story 40 is the unique story of each of us, and it is the collective story of all of us. Please join us. What is your Hmong story?
Hmong Story 40 bé mà rong xia hàng nu na ye in nu mà bé của support cho nhà nhiệt sĩ à kìa chất châu cả mà bé nu của Hmong Story 40 thế giờ ba cái số kia ba nhiệt sĩ à nó luôn bị cả bé của exclusive này à giờ thì muốn giờ phải exclusive này à thế đó thì nu na mà ye nu cho bé tao cho này nên cái của kìa mua bé của chỉ thực là mà sử dụng để bé chờ ba mà cái gì nè để bé rong xia hàng thế béวันนี้ฉันจะมาตอนเดียวตัวป้าเนี่ยสิเรามั่วตัวป้าได้ชอบเรามั่วตัวป้าของปีเรามั่วตัวป้าว่าอีกว่าจะมาตายยังชิวันนี้ฉันจะมาเดียวเราเป็นว่าชิตาวเป็นว่าได้ชอบเราเป็นวันนี้ฉันจะมาตอนนะชีให้เราตัวชีให้ตัวผู้ยืดตัวตัวเด็กตัวเจเป็นวันนี้ฉันจะมาตอน Good evening, everyone. I'm Misty Herb. This is Mei Ku Mei, and we are going to be your MCs tonight. We're going to be co-MCing, and she's really good in Hmong, so she's going to do Hmong, and I'm going to talk in English, which is really good for me. So, welcome to all of you, and thank you so much for being here. Tonight is a very special night, and you are all here because you were instrumental in making Hmong Story 40 happen. And what we wanted to do was have something that was exclusive just for you, because we know the entire Hmong Story 40 team, we know that without you and without your support, we would not be here today. And what you see behind you would not, be a reality today. So just want to thank you, and especially because you were the first ones to give to our project and the first ones to believe in us and to believe in this when we didn't even have anything to show you. So 3 years ago, when we came to you, you went off of blind faith in us. And so we just want to thank you. And tonight is a night for all of us to enjoy. In a couple of hours, you're going to be the very, very first ones to actually go through the exhibit before anybody comes tomorrow. So how special is that? Thank you. So again, Mei and I, and on behalf of our entire Hmong Story 40 team, we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and please know that we are so grateful for your presence tonight. And not only that, this is my newest and my best friend now, Misty Herb. Yeah, Misty Herb again. Everybody, this is Misty. Without Misty, this would not happen as well. And she worked tirelessly with us. I mean, she's with the school district, she's super busy, and yet she's here with Hmong Story 40. That's her heart, and she has, what I learned from her and what I kept hearing from her for the last couple of months is that kindness, it's free. Is that how you say it now? What did you say? I told her that it doesn't cost anything to be kind. It's the same thing, but in a different way. Okay. You see, I worked so hard with Hmong, and I kept thinking about Hmong, and I forgot my English. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a little bit why we have multiple colors here. And I want for you to know that. For those of you Hmong, you probably know, right? Yeah, these are Hmong colors. Hmong always wear black, and then what happens? The sleeves is blue, the sash is red and green, right? And the gold is what keeps us alive. And that's what these lights here are. no matter what 我哋就係俾人咁幫落緊嘢啦又俾人是巴西抽仲要就等老師而我哋俾邊冇一天你住呢隻全家係做咩人啊我一張凳呢俾住咗等咗做人呢俾我一個 heart 先呢俾到個 candle 先嗱又俾張凳個 memory tree 人哋我一個nhau như chị nào mà đi cho số thế này luôn để thấy sự năng lực nên ngoan đỡ sọ là mấy cái special pen em đi sau trong đó có đại trong đó để còn là nó không mong cái mấy cái nhiều tiền tiếp theo bây giờ mua thì để cho làm được có đi collage với đại sự nó có sai đám ngoài thì lâu cho dùng tỏ tay nó cho nó cái tin năng rằng bên mua chuyện nào được biết cho nó để thầu biết làm một nên họ mỗi ít là ít là sai cái mỗi họ sai là trong đó là rồi thì bây giờ lý tin rằng là khi đây nó khoảng bao nhiêu lời nó mình nhỏ cũng ta là đúng không lý cái tụi con nhìn chuyện cũng ta cho lý làm sự lý là nửa phát triển số mình cho số chỉ ta nên là cái tụ giờ lòng là nhỏ tụi mình nhỏ cũng quan nhiều mà nhớ tao mua ổ biển để tao mua yên cho họ nó tụi mình nhận thấy sự năng đây rồi bây theo chắc tụi mình nhỏ nữa nên giờ tao mua sổ đại chúng tao bé thì bao vì hai cái bé chúng cho tụi sư bé giờ chỉ bao tham gia cái story còn bây giờ bé thọ bé sao mà có đi nè okay So, I think we should translate that. You guys all understood that, right? For non-Hmong speakers? Tonight's a really good night for you to learn Hmong. So, around the room, you will see that there are trees, and there are trees that are lighted. And the ones that are lighted is because this exhibit, the lighted trees represent hope and light for our future. But there will be some trees as you go around the exhibit. It's not going to be lighted, and we have one that's right in front of you right now, and it's a memory tree. And what we welcome people to do is there's little hearts on there. If you can come by, if there's someone that you lost during a war or someone that got left behind, I know like for my family, we have an uncle that went to war and he's never come home. So I know my dad will be going there and putting his name on the tree. And so we welcome you to make sure that you do that, and this is to honor those that are not here today. And Chitali, we have a memorial tree near the Hmong Secret War, which is the second room. Memorial tree. Yeah, they don't do much of the movie. They fish up here today. They buy either do wallet size. Okay, they make it up. They want your new bone, your chocolate, they are no lot of near show. So I need to. 戰就啦，家後落幫我咪連個戰之後啦，做俾咗 pilot， 即係俾咗 soldier， 做咗咁樣就算啲睇，做俾你個俾咗從來啲數來都俾，有啲我手當俾數，你都手當俾埋啲跌到到呢天啦，然後又弄知道咁樣嘅咧，俾咗 key 就ตัวมันที่อ้อเองการตัวมันได้ที่หนึ่งต้องตรงกับ俾ที่จะ做俾咗ถ้าหากเนี่ย俾咗เรามีเรา睇สิ่งที่เขาเลย And so throughout the rooms, when you go in the back, there's a memorial tree. And if you would like, and this is for our, in memory of our fallen soldiers or anyone that did serve in the war that you want to recognize. And so if you want to bring a photo, you can do it tonight if you have one. If you don't, bring it back and make sure that you get it on the tree. And the third tree is right here. Life in the United States. That is our promising tree. Trong là bên trong đồng tiền, ôi giờ bên cái promising tree. Dân yêu nhiều gì, bây giờ muốn thì làm cho lòng này nhỏ. Đi sát chơi và chơi nó bên cái trong này nhỏ của nó. Khó đi soi khó chỉ là cho của tiền gặp promising cái giá còn tên nó sát bỏ chỉ bị dưới cái sát cái khó cũng cho là bên cũng cho cái có giá còn này là bên cho cái gì bên cho nó có chữ. Mong ý chụp ba mong bên cái kia là nhỏ cái tiền một cái không cái đi soi cái lời ở mỗi giá chỉ ra cho nó So in the Life of California phase is our promise tree, and that is for visitors to put anything that you would like to promise for your hopes, for your dreams, for your children, for the Hmong people, for the greater community. You can go ahead and write your words or your thoughts, whatever you feel you want to put on that tree, and we welcome you to go ahead and do that. So how exciting, you guys, that tonight in this room, you get to be the first to do that. And when people come through tomorrow, they're going to read your promises or your hopes or your dreams that you made. And if you've got photos of people you remember. So for me, I was telling Niku, and I have a very dear friend here tonight, Sandy, who's been helping me. And I've been texting her going, I don't know why this is so raw for me. And I was having such a difficult time writing what I wanted to write for my remarks tomorrow. And I think it's because we get to be with all of you tonight. And it was all of you that helped make our dreams come true. So again, just so excited to be here with you, and we're just so grateful.
And bên ngoài học program cho nên cái gì gì bên học program nó ta cho nên cái bên mà khi nó cho học na cái exhibit cái bên sẽ mà đi walk through and thằng này mua đá là bên thọ là đi trong ta số mỏ thế thì học là thế nên cho khó cái số mỏ thế thì nhau cho nó thì nên mua bên mà khi và trong nó nên mua đá sư เพื่อก่อชี้กู้นี่ก็ชี้เพื่อก่อนอชอบว่าชิงชัวเราชอบก่อชอบได้ของว่าจะดีจะเสียกู้ตีจบได้จะโชว์ตัวดู exhibit แล้วนะว่าชอบมัน
And I know you guys are really excited and you want Miku and I to get off the stage so that you can go through the exhibit, but we actually have a program for you tonight, so if you don't pay attention to us, we're not going to let you through, okay? So, and just a reminder, when you go through the exhibit, we want to make sure that you don't bring food or drinks into the exhibit. Please refrain from taking pictures, and especially do not post anything on Facebook tonight. Okay, because we don't want people seeing the exhibit before we even open it tomorrow. If you want to take pictures in here, that's fine. You want to take pictures of you, your family, but don't take anything in the exhibit and then post it. Everybody got that?
Remember, it's exclusive.
Okay. If I see it, we're going to come after you.
And one more time, Johnny, you'll put the body spot a bathroom, home not be on, okay? Right here through this door, Johnny, she bought it, she got out here, let me check out for okay? Bathrooms on this side, man, woman, both, okay? Men?
Okay, so we have another video.
Châu lo từng nhau nói không bằng sự lập lên trong chống được thì nhỏ thì nói như nó thế thì cho ta nó châu có chống được thì muốn sau là nhau ok cái của cái tu nào phụ lên không biết rằng rồi cái của thầy của ta thì chúng ta phải chịu cái chịu đâu nhau ta cái của chúng cho thì biết chúng như nó của thầy cổ cái lúc nhỏ nó tông cái tay cô cái mùng mà như nó rõ cho nên thở từ chỗ trong họ tay cô đầu rõ kia đi tay đó là cái gì có là chuyện thầu về muốn cho muốn trả rồi cô bắt kia cô mình khăn mà cho đi trả về cho ở trường kia để trường cô cho thấy trường nào mà cho đã trường mong rồi mong nó cứ lo chỉ cho lo như gì lo mà muốn sẽ tiếp không sẽ tua lo và dù bao nhiêu cho cái mà lo nhau thì cho mình thấy lo nó thấy lo thật kia của cái cổng cho đi tu của đâu rồi đi tu cổng cho xong không nói cho họ của cổng đi cho mình nhiều để bỏ chân rồi cũng đi trong ra là nó cũng trong xe thì trời kêu cũng một sinh hoạt còn nó hay nó làm rồi
Ở trong đó này mà này chúng mình cho đó cũng này mà bây giờ cho bé cho mình cũng nhiều vậy bây giờ bé có chuyện và nhỏ tại一起我哋做咧係第一個字。
日子跑舊不定都服我用嗰個用曬嗰種比較流浪嘅日子啦。但是呢，佢
So I don't know if you knew, I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but the Hmong Story 40 is made up of a very big team. And at the end, we're going to have all of our team members come up and introduce them to you. But Hmong Story 40 is collaborative, and it is founded by a group in Fresno. So there's a Fresno team, a Merced team, a Sacramento team, and we work in collaboration with the Hmong Minnesota up in Minnesota. And so it's not only just a statewide effort, but it was also a collaboration with And so what I would like to do right now is introduce our lead from Sacramento, one of our leads from Sacramento, Kua Franz. She has been instrumental in making sure that everything runs smoothly. She's been doing a lot of our planning, getting our meetings organized, doing a lot of the nitty-gritty behind-the-scenes work. And so I want to welcome Kua to do a special recognition.
So good evening. Nhớ trong ý trong nhận gì sẽ trong share đến đây thì chỉ có share ở nơi tôi không biết sẽ So good evening. Thank you so much for taking time out this evening to come and join us. As Misty mentioned, Hmong Story 40 is a group of individuals coming together. So it's a rather large collaborative between Sacramento, Merced, and Fresno. And the thing about this collaborative is that we wouldn't be able to do what you see today without a very strong organizational support from one of our partners, United Way of Fresno and Madera County. So we want to thank you all for your contribution as being our physical sponsor. So Hmong Story 40 G ở ít lúc cùng hồng, giờ ít kho ý ở bên này thì ít kho của cái bao số cho hay là lỡ sa kia cho bên còn đánh năng sự. Ấy cho nên nó Hmong Story 40 thì ít ba không như sẽ là tổ tệ là vô tập bên kho bao số nó không sử nó sự. Ấy cho nên nó mỗi lúc cùng hồng của United Way of Fresno and Madera County báo ở bên của physical agent. Ấy cho nên nó bây giờ ở theo qua lớn cho hậu vì nó có một là cho không biết họ chỉ nhìn thấy cái lúc họ cái bao số nó nhưng chỉ một là còn tệ ba bé này nhiều hồ chỉ tao tệ nó so cho nên nó so I would like to ask Mania if you would be able to come up here and accept this award of recognition. And what I wanted to do. First of all, I want to say, personally, I want to say thank you. I think that you were a strong advocate for us in the very beginning to believe in a goal and a passion of BARD and of all of us. And in that effort, we want to be able to award United Way of Fresno and Madera County. The award reads, award recognition presented to United Way, Fresno and Madera Counties in gratitude and appreciation for your support and contribution to Hmong Story 40 project. The greatest gift you can give someone is the gift of their history.
Good evening, everyone. Before I say a few words, I would really like for all of us to give a round of applause to the entire Hmong Story 40 team. You know who you are. So you can stand there and not know that you're very busy. My name is Mania Lane, but I'm married to my husband who's a her, so I took after his name, which is something that most Hmong women do not do. But I am the Vice President of United Way Fresno and Madera Counties, and I am so honored that this organization is the fiscal sponsor for the Hmong Story 40 project. So before I say further, I want to thank all of you here this evening, all of the founders. Because of you, what you're looking at has become a fruition that we were dreaming about. And now here we are, the night before the grand opening. So thank you all so very much. And as the fiscal agent of the Hmong Story 40 project, I want to assure each and every one of you that your investment in the Hmong Story 40 project, every dollar, every penny, went to everything you see here tonight, and tomorrow, and all through January 2nd. So thank you so much, all of you funders. Because of our sponsor, the best thing of all is that the Hmong Story 40 exhibit is free for everyone to enjoy. And that was one of the goals that was very important to me, as well as this team in the very beginning. So kudos to everyone for all your hard work in making that possible. Next, I would like to just say a quick thank you to all the parents. I'm going to speak this in Hmong because I think some of our parents don't speak English. 钱了，要比那个证据被这里要被着那个什么，你做给夫天你做给做你，但他就多呢，什么被我投了什么什么，投了什么证。I just wanted to thank my parents who's also here tonight. My dad is 95 years old, and my mom is 83, and they're here tonight. And those of us that was not born here, those of us first generation that was raised here, like myself and a lot of the colleagues here on the Hmong 40 story team, we wouldn't be here if our parents didn't sacrifice. If they didn't leave in the middle of the night, if they didn't trek through the jungle, if they didn't swim through the Mekong River, so that we can have a better chance of life. And I just want to thank them and recognize them. 那个进去被人家中，我在一起，你是的中。我呢，搞 Hmong Story Project 呢，你我做补充写信，老外做内蒙，都好个报道系嘅，被着蒙就去系成蒙一句。因为我觉得有成日作出我先講地，你即係我到 Hmong Story 40 project。你有冇個頭？即係嗰啲嘢係點？就你有得知，就你有面對邊樣人才，你有都，你有路就我就也有。因為這個在幾個說，個頭的這些特別是的有真理，它有法律，特別有蒙氏的反應。So on behalf of United Way First Madera Counties, I just want to say thank you so much for the honor to be your fiscal sponsor for the Hmong Story Project. We look forward to seeing this project travel to other cities so that other cities can enjoy. And I'm just so honored to be part of this project. Thank you very much.
Our team has heard me tell this story, and I actually have this person here in the room tonight. And each time I have come to talk to people or talk to anyone about why I got involved in Hmong Story 40, I always tell this story, and this very, very special little girl is here tonight. And Gracie, can you stand? So, originally when I got, thank you sweetheart, she's my daughter, and Ryan, Gabriel, and Grace, this is why you have not seen mommy and daddy for the last 6 months. And this is why you have not seen mom and dad for the last 3 weeks, because we've been here doing this. We've been doing this for you. And Laura called me one day, and Laura said, Misty, I have this really great project that I want you to be a part of, and I'll introduce you to Laura in a little bit. And I went, oh man, okay, I'm gonna go meet with him, I'm gonna write him a check, and then I'm gonna get out of there as fast as possible, because I don't wanna have nothing to do with doing a big project. I have enough big projects in my life with my work. And so I met with Laura, came, and then one day my husband and I were in the car, and my little girl, Grace, was in the back seat. And she said, why are the Hmong here in America? And who are the Hmong? And what is our significance? And I found myself in the front seat on my iPhone Googling information, because I didn't have enough information to tell this little girl, this little 13-year-old, who she was, her heritage, and where she came from. And I was reminded of a time when I myself was 13 years old and feeling lost here in America. And so I called Laura the next day and I said, hey, you're not only gonna just get a check from me, but you're gonna also get my time. And so, Gracie, I hope you grow up and you know who you are, and you come from strong roots, and you are proud. Not just you, but all the children in this room. You should be very, very proud, and this is all for you.
Everybody, this is Misty.
and this is our time as family and friends. We are having Misty Chai Dash they should have worked really hard vì để ứng dụng nó chỉ tao hay chỉ cứ mà hay tao chọn gì ứng nhau thì nó vì để ứng mỏ thông nào mà support 100% class. We're here. We're in and out every day, every night, but because we had 2 supportive spouses, 100 plus more, everybody look at nói Misty Fuzia Pongya, Fuzia, I love Chia they're going in and out and good job, she loves Jay, she won't go, you take care of that. That's she, good job, won't go, Joe, we're holy, not don't shut up for you, not yet. You know, nó chỉ có cho cái sự cha nó này ya, nó chỉ là dùng cho cái sự này nó miễn phí, and chúng ta lên đó, nó chỉ là mấy thứ nhận tu. We have a little boy, 10-year-old Thomas. Day in, day out, we don't have babysitters, so if we pick him up, we drag him here, and he studies right here. And then one day we have a concert, and he doesn't know how to play his music. I have to ask Uncle Long. He's a PA class. He's a musician. And he's working, paying, and yet he's teaching my son the hour before he's on concert. And he's like, oh my God, Uncle he's so cool, Mom. He's better than my teacher. So I want to say thank you, everybody. This is part of family. This is what family is all about. Thank you so much. So moving on, we have a very, very special guest with us tonight. I've known this person since I was in the camps. And at the time when I was in the camps, I just thought she was the most beautiful. I'd never seen a white person, and I just was in awe. And people in the camps, I don't know if you guys have heard these stories, but when we were in the camps, we were told awful stories about Americans. We were told that Americans ate little Hmong kids. So, but when I saw this person, the first thing I did was, oh my gosh, I was terrified eating with her. And then she gave me candy one day, and I realized, oh, I could be this person's friend and get a lot of candy. So I really want to thank Erica Hagen. Erica, if you can stand. Everybody, this is Erica. Should I remember Erica? And Erica, you're not going to like this one, let's say it anyway. Erica was an actress, and she took a trip to Thailand and somehow heard about a Hmong being in the Thai refugee camp. And she went and she visited, and she fell somehow just in love with the people, with our people. And she stayed and taught English. She had a camera, and she started taking pictures. And so what you're going to see tonight, and we're going to show you a little clip of it, is her work. And no one has seen these photos before, and she has given them to us. And so here's a little bit of a snippet. Thank you, John. And Erica, Misty met you, the blonde, the white. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I say. In Thailand, as you can tell, I'm a lot older than Misty here. And I met the blonde and the white back in Long Yang, Laos. Thanks to my father, the Colonel Peter Ventru, the Colonel Vaju, this is my father. Thank you to you, Dad. Because of my father, I met the blonde and the Caucasian, the American. Every week in our home, the American, the pilot, would stay at our place. My mom would cook for them, and they would give us chocolate and canned food. And we thought, oh my God, so good, canned food. We said this horse meat is so good, we don't eat horse meat. But I don't think it's horse meat, it's called beef. But it's canned food, it's so good, because Hmong people, we have nothing canned or processing food. Everything's fresh, organic, until American came. And here we are, all processing food. Oh, and that's why I'm this big. I used to be size 3, I'm now size 10. Thank you, everybody. And Erica, Erica, bé hãy mong nhìn thấy những qua movie là quan nào là qua cine nương một trong hai tế này nhỏ thì ta bị xem bia giờ nó đi kia đi lúc lúc chứ bỏ mong kia đi nhiệt bé mong hãy mong kia đi cái gì đó cũng cỡ sao bé mong đi kia là một chỗ bé mong thì nó đi bỏ ít giờ bỏ ít giờ mong nghĩ họ là do được Erica nó bị hãy mong kia
你和一听两地的呀，我们比较是太低呢，也本来就你听了，就被个梦的，被我你说难道搞你们第一说的人感觉。
We took her photographs and we made a very special little video with it, so please enjoy.
Ming.
Comes up to me and she says, "You know you're going to speak tonight, don't you?" I said, "Oh, what am I supposed to say? There's so much to say." I think living in Ban Vinai refugee camp was the very best time of my entire life. Misty was right. I ended up wandering into that refugee camp and immediately fell in love with Hmong people. And spent, most of the teachers lived in the town, I lived in the camp. I walked around all the time with 2 cameras, one over each shoulder, and took pictures because it was just so fascinating to me. And I had one class of advanced students. Misty's father, Chu Her, was in that class, and Nai Her was in that class. And while I was teaching them English, they were being teachers for me and teaching me about Hmong culture. Culture is so strange because one of the definitions of culture is what everyone knows that everyone else knows. So within a group, everyone knows that, but someone from the outside, to them it's invisible. I remember one day whenever I wasn't teaching, I was wandering through the camp with Hmong friends, going to play Who Are She? And we walked up to a house and there were some bamboo sticks on the ground. And they were tied together, and I didn't even notice them. And I almost stepped on them. And my friend said, "Oh, be careful, be careful." I looked at that and saw nothing. They looked at that and saw, oh, that's something to carry the body of a dead baby to be buried. To me, it was invisible. That's what culture is like. To someone on the outside, it's invisible. So they were teaching me about Hmong culture. When I came back to the States, the United States Catholic Conference wanted someone to go around the country and talk to people about Hmong people. And I went to, 30 cities around the country. I spoke about Hmong people. I talked about the culture, how it was different. And I talked about what Hmong people had gone through and how they were refugees. They had to flee for their lives, and they were new Americans now. And could American people please help Hmong people to understand this strange new culture that Hmong people have been brought into, and help them find jobs. And I learned even more about Hmong culture doing that, because people would ask me questions. Well, what do they believe makes you sick? What makes you well? What are their birthing practices? All of these questions. And so I go to my Hmong teachers and say, okay, they were asking these questions. Tell me, teach me, so I can teach them. And I used my slides a little bit then. And then the slides went into a drawer. I probably have 2,000 slides and more, black and white and prints. And they went into a drawer for 35 years. And then Misty called me and said, "You have some pictures, right?" I said, "Yeah, I have a few pictures." And they came down and scanned over 1,000 slides. So I'm so thrilled that all those beautiful pictures of that incredible time in that refugee camp are now being used to help Hmong children understand about their history and help anybody else that's interested in understand about the history of Hmong people. And it's just so impressive for me to see. Misty was this little girl, this little baby, and Mao, her, and they were just little bitty kids, and now to see what they're doing, how successful they are, what amazing things all these Hmong young adults are doing here. It's so impressive. So I'm really grateful that you guys asked me to donate my slides, so they're being used. They're not going to spend their lives in the drawer. And I'm so impressed with what all of you have done here to make this beautiful exhibit. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Instructional superintendent, school district, the school district. More florist, dentist, doctor, refugee camp, and now the Shan Lava, you know, there's a couple of guests in the room that we would like to also acknowledge and thank for being here tonight. We have Noah from Minnesota. Stand up, Noah. Noah came all the way from Minnesota, and he's been helping us and collaborating with us. And we also have some guests from all the way from China. And we do guests, they don't talk what they want up, okay? And so I didn't get your names. Do you mind standing, please? Not only that, but there are two very special people in the room. And when you go through we did a lot of writing for the project. And one of the things that was very important, because I am going to translate this, is we wanted to make sure that the project was not just about putting an exhibit together. We wanted to be deeper than that. And we wanted it to be a bridge. And so we were very intentful and purposeful in the way we did things. And so one of the things we realized was that our young adults and our youth had a disconnect between the youth, the young adults, my generation, my children, and then our elders. And so what we did is we recruited a team of young people to write the stories and to do the research, because we felt that by doing that it would change them and they would be able to change others through that. And so two people, and I've known this wonderful lady for a long time, it so happened that she had an accident and broke both her legs and was bedbound, and so she didn't have anything to do. And I said, would you like to review? Actually, I don't know if I told you or I just made you. Research, it got not the people here. She died a bit yet of your law and agency, but you love research on the interview and agency. Honor the project, and I can't tell you the transformation that happened to our young people when they started to go and they interviewed their moms, their dads, people in the community. Countless stories of people who went, and I was having a conversation with one of our young ladies who went and interviewed her father, and she said, Misty, I never knew. All my life I've been here, and I never knew. My dad never told me that story, and my relationship from that 2 hours that I sat with my father is completely different now because of what I know now about my own father. And so I can't tell you the transformation that has happened in our team between our very young students that were working to us as we were doing the project and we were discovering. So it's just been an amazing journey. And I think I'm an educator, and so every chance I get, I want to work with our youth. And with everything going on in the world today, if we're going to make our world better, if we're going to make a better Fresno, a better Merced, a better Sacramento, it's about things like this. It's about people giving of themselves with nothing in return. And I just can't, I'm just truly humbled by what this project has done for us. And so just, it's, as you walk through, you're going to see the amazing work that our young people have done. I'm going to put a disclaimer out. This is not someone's dissertation. So this wasn't a Stanford grad or a Harvard grad or whatever. No, this came from your children. And you should be very, very proud. Translate that. Boy, she's like, I don't know Hmong anymore. Because I've been living a long time in Ghana. No, cook up just as you know. You know, we are having Hmong in Ghana. She bought the no, you don't listen to it. You listen, yeah. Đi bought in Ghana. Đi có đó đi xịt đó nữa. Thì vừa chỉ biết là nói có nó biết cho xịt xịt rồi. Đó là còn nó có hai chỗ này thì bây giờ của những Misty làm chủ cho nó cho bây giờ team Hmong Story 40. Giờ từ more research, giờ từ more trong cái này là gì cả. Lấy những cái đó ý giả chi chia. Cũng kia lấy cả đó giả chia hôm nay vào trong trong đó đây. Nào bây giờ so hard bị tan cho nó bây giờ. Đó là bây giờ trong cái bây giờ hard của bây giờ là bên trên của mình là gì thế nào? Để còn còn bây giờ có hard là bây giờ có này nhá. Chúng ta lên bây giờ từ Misty là mìnhจะดึงtrong này là gì thải cái bó để cho nó giờ cho nó giờ thế. Vì đây là những cái gì nhỏ này ạ, mình chỉ được rồi nè. Thì tí giờ nó chỉ hay một cái thủ pháp nhiều như vậy nè. Nó bao giờ có cho nên giờ liền là gì có được trong nó giờ đi ba bên sau bên nó kia đi nóจะra đó nó có bên giờ nhiều cái gì nè. So we have our keynote speaker that is going to come up here and say a few words. But before we do that, we have a very special video that we want to show you. Nói biết tụi ít thì nó đi là hay cái luôn nó đi biết khi nào đi biết tụi chẳng chắn là hay luôn nó nên thì chẳng chắn là cái gì đi biết tụi khi nào cho tụi muốn hay cái khi nào nè chỉ mong tụi muốn hả khi nào nè chơi sáng mà biết tụi con chơi sáng nè và cho biết tụi con chơi sáng giờ nó bây giờ say ở video là gì nó bé mà đi